The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. At the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing except the old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today, where the Lorax once stood just as long as it could before somebody lifted the Lorax away. And what was the Lorax and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows, the old Onceler still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the Onceler, don't knock at his door. He stays in the lurkin on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkin, cold under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of muffled moof. And on special dank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks. And will tell how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of the rope, he lets down tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail, and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather's nail. Then he pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count, to see if you paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him away in his snuff, a secret strange hole in his grovelous glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by whisper my phone, for the secrets I tell are for your ears alone. Slop down slops the whisper my phone to your ear, and the old Whistler whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snurgly hose, and he sounds as he had a smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swummy swans rang out in space. One morning, I came to this glorious place. I first saw the trees, the truffle trees, the bright colored tufts of the truffle trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in the barbaloot suits, as they played in the shade and ate truffle fruits. From the rickless pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those truffle trees, all my life I've been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do, and unloaded my cart. No time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down the truffle tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill, and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft I needed a need. Instant I finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree that chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy. He spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was upset as he shouted and puffed. What's the thing you've made out of my truffle? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. Just remains of me. Need is to find something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat, but it has other uses just far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, for curtains, for covers, for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that fool's need. But very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just at that minute, a chap came along. He thought that need I had needed was great. He happily bought it for $30.98. $3.98. I love at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, Yippee, please. I rushed across the room in no time at all. I built a radio phone. I put it a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Winslow family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road north niche, turn left at Weehawken, sharp right at South Stitch. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Winslow family was working full tilt. We were all knitting needs, just as busy as bees, to sound of the chopping of chocolate trees. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my Super Axe Hacker, which whacked off 4 chocolate trees at one smacker. We were making things 4 times as fast as before, and the Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But then next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please, but I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots who played in the shade in the barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go around. And my poor barbaloots are all getting crummies because they have gas, no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I don't once felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant no harm, I most truly did not. But I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of the needs I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when an old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. Onceler, he cried with crupulous croak. Onceler, you are making such smugglers smoke. My poor swami swans, why, they can't sing a note? No one can sing who has smug up his throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smug you've smugged around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax, he dander was up. Let me say a few words about Gluppity Glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making Gluppity Glup, also choppity chlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? Oh, I'll show you, you dirty onceler man. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hum. No more can hum, for the gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fence and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax. Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, yap. Bad, bad, bad. Well, I have the right, sir. I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering, and biggering, and biggering, and biggering, turning more truffle trees into needs, which everyone needs. At that very moment, he heard a loud whack. From outside the fields came sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffle tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke smuggled stars. Now all that was left neat and bad smelling sky was big empty factory, the Lorax and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad backward glance, as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face, when he hoisted himself and took leave of his place, through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that Lorax left, here is the mess, was a small pile of rocks, with the one word unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. But now, since the Wansler, now that you're here, the word of the Lord seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So catch, calls the Wansler. He lets something fall. It's a truffle seed. It's the last of them all. You're in charge of the last truffle seeds, and the truffle trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffle, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all his friends may come back. The end.